everybody and welcome back to another video from HSTV, and in today's video, as you can see by the video title, I'm going to show you guys what I think is the ideal ecosystem of devices for a student or a medical student. This system is really going to be suited to really anyone who is studying, but I'm also going to show you guys how these devices link into my hobbies, my interests and my lifestyle. So, you know, when you are picking your next laptop or your next phone or, you know, your next tablet to buy, you can see whether it fits into your ecosystem and what makes a good ecosystem of devices. So really, without further ado, I'm gonna share what these devices actually are. Yes, the first device I'm talking about is Samsung's Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now, this device I actually bought around about 8 months ago, and since then I've been using it every day for all my university related things, as well as for entertainment. Now, the wonderful thing about this device and why I recommend it in particular is because it has a beautiful 6.8 inch display, and it just makes everything look so much better. Now, the other big reason for buying an Ultra phone, or more of something from the Note series, if you wanted to, is because of the S Pen. Now, the S Pen is incredibly useful for quick note taking. Just like this, I can pull out my pen and I can straight away jot things down. I don't even need a paper and a pen with me. Now, to be honest with you, I haven't actually used the S Pen that much. Probably I would have liked to have used it a bit more, but it's just because I'm not very used to having an S Pen with me on a phone. So I've still been kind of carrying around my little notebook, but definitely the option is there, and it's something that I want to use more of. Now, whether you're kind of on Instagram, whatever you're browsing, it just pops. The colors really pop, and it just makes everything look fantastic. The speed is really good as well. 8 months later, I can pop open a lot of things just like this, and everything is really fast, and it really hasn't slowed down. But yeah, overall, it's a really nice phone. Speakers are great, and it's definitely bigger than most of the phones I've had, but it's very responsive, it's very quick, and definitely for my university work and reading emails and whatnot, it's a pleasure on this massive screen. Now, on the topic of this massive screen, I want to talk about multitasking, because you can utilize the screen size very well. So for example, if I want to have, let's say Anki as well as Samsung Notes open at the same time. Let's get rid of this and pull up Samsung Notes right here. All I have to do is click up here, then open in split screen view, and there's Samsung Notes there. And now I have two windows open, and it's all very productive, and it gives you a great multitasking note. Now, obviously, with all of these S Pen features as well, you have there's like gestures and things that you can use, but I personally don't use the gestures that much. It's just a matter of getting used to them, I think. For me, it's not a big feature, but it's there if you want to use it. You have things like Smart Select and Screen Write and Translate as well, all really good features, quite exclusive to the Samsung Ultra series. But yeah, now you have two windows open, and that's pretty cool. You can also like swap around these windows, and yeah, just utilize the size. Another way that you can do all of this is, if you have, let's say, this open and you want to open Anki but in more of a pop-up view, you can have it like drag it about here, and you can move it and make it smaller and things. So you can really utilize the size of this screen. Now, I know I've talked about Samsung Notes a little bit, but actually the wonderful thing about Samsung Notes, and obviously Samsung Notes is exclusive to Samsung, but also Windows devices, which I'll get onto later, all of these notes right here from, I don't know how many notes is this altogether. This is now 680 notes. Altogether, all of these can be accessible on all your Samsung account devices. So that includes Android, so Samsung devices, and then also Windows devices as well. So I actually have access to all of my university notes from the past 3 years, and Samsung Notes is a wonderful application. I mean, I've been able to create so many great things on here, and they've been so useful for my university learning. But really, I don't make notes on this phone. This phone is more for jotting down something quick, and then if I want to access something later. So where do I create things like this? Alright, so the next device I want to introduce to you guys is Samsung's Tab S7 Plus. Now, you might have seen videos on this on my channel in the past, and truly to this day it's been kind of over 2 years now actually. It has been a power tool for me for multitasking, university work, entertainment. Literally everything has been wonderful on this massive display. Now, I know that the Tab S8 has been released, but if I'm being honest, I don't really see a massive difference between the two tablets. Now, if we hop into my Samsung Notes, this is where all the good stuff is, and really my proudest pieces of works, I guess. I'm making these summary posters for my course, and you can see that all of this has been done digitally. There's a number of different features that are being used here, including having pictures imported that I trace. There are just pictures imported in general. We also have a lot of PDF importation as well. So if you have a look here, you can see all of this has been downloaded from my university slides. And then it's very easy to edit all of this. Now, this video is not really about how I make my notes, but actually how I make use of this device. And with a lot of storage and with a lot of this screen space, you can do a lot of cool stuff. So the biggest one being multitasking. So on the S22 Ultra, we could open 2 windows. On this device, you can open 3 at one time. So I'm just going to open up, the devices that I want. It's going to be these devices, Windows, sorry. And then I'm actually going to show you guys how you do this. You click up here, open in split screen view. Then you can open another another window over here as well. And all you do is essentially you just drag whatever window you want. So like YouTube, for example, all we do is we hold it and we drag it right here. So now you have 3 windows open, and you can change the size of these just like this. You can also exchange, and now this is really replacing a laptop in my opinion. You can work on multiple things at the same time, and it's all very quick and easy to do. It doesn't lag, it doesn't it doesn't cause any problems, and this is 2 years on. So it's a very reliable device, and definitely one I'd recommend to students, especially because it's not as big as a laptop. It's very easy to put this into your bag. It's very portable, and this is with the bookcase on. So this comes with a keyboard as well, which I'm going to shortly attach. So just like this, like that, satisfying click, we now have a keyboard attached with the tablet as well. So now you can literally use this as a laptop basically, but it's detachable, so you can use the tablet in portrait or landscape mode, and it's nice and touchscreen, so it's like a touchscreen laptop at this point. And then actually if we close it over, we have a really nice compartment for the S Pen right here. So this is where the S Pen charges, but also with the keyboard bookcase it's very secure. And I know with some of its competitors like the iPad, the Apple Pencil really doesn't have a secure place. Now the S Pen for us, we can also attach it onto our tablet for when we are working. So first of all, you can open this up like this, and you can adjust how you want it. But then actually we can attach the S Pen at the top of the screen just like so. So you can attach it up there while you're working, and when you're not working, you just bring it down and you can put it in for charging, as well as it being in a very secure place so it doesn't get lost. And just another very quick thing to mention, right here you can see that there is a small little port. Let me just get this focused for you guys. So this little port right here is actually for extending your storage. So this device can actually have a memory card put in, like an SD card, so you can expand its storage. So currently its storage sits at 256 gigabytes, but actually, unlike some of its competitors, you can extend that, making this more of a durable device. Now, I'll put my PC specs somewhere on the screen for you guys to look at. Long story short, it is very high powered, and you do not need something as strong as this. This is actually a gaming PC. I used to be very into gaming a few years ago. That was the reason buying it, but also it supports me in my university work, and this is like my main hub where I store everything basically. This has over 1 terabyte of storage, and that's where it comes in handy. So talking about the university aspect of the video, all of my notes are very easily accessible on my computer as well. So everything that I was showing you on my tablet and on my phone, I can access it on my computer as well. And it doesn't matter where I'm watching my lecture, whether it's on my phone, whether it's on my tablet, or on the computer, I have everything in one place. And if I ever do think about changing a device or changing an app, or going to a new note-taking app, this syncing feature is going to be very, very important for me. It's a make or break factor, and it's something that I will definitely want in whatever I go for next. So it all works out very nicely. Now, actually, along with the PC, which is sort of connected to the PC, I have my speaker right here. This is the Sony SRS X55. That is great for it's great volume, and it gives a lot of bass as well. And at the side of my desk over here, I have a printer. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I know I'm talking about my PC here, but the reason for having a PC is because I have my printer, I have a speaker, and it all just works out very nicely, and it's like my main storage base hub, you can call it. And when it comes to entertainment, the S22 Ultra is just as fantastic as it was for helping me with my university life. You can see that the display, because it's so big, it makes everything look really beautiful. You can sort of full screen it as well, so you're really utilizing the entire screen. The colors, again, they really pop, and it just makes watching anything a real joy. So another part of my free time is photography, and I do a lot of that on this phone. And you can see we have such a beautiful range of cameras here. I'm not going to go into the spec of all of them, but you have a 108 megapixel primary camera. You have options to zoom up to 100 times. In terms of video, you can film 8K at 24 FPS. So rather than me just blabbering on about this, let me show you some examples of what's possible to achieve with these cameras. And when it comes to entertainment, so as I was mentioning before, obviously gaming is a big part of this, and you know, with my PC and actually with the Tab S7 Plus as well, you can connect a nice controller which really turns everything into a console. Obviously this PC is more powerful than the Tab S7 Plus, so we can play all these games in kind of high resolution and nice frame rate as well. Now, along with gaming, I obviously edit all of my YouTube videos on this device, and I use a software called DaVinci Resolve. Now, DaVinci Resolve, again, you know, if you're using a video editor, it takes up a lot of power for the PC. Now, obviously, this is saying media offline because I've deleted the clips. So, you know, I love editing videos, and it takes a lot of power to actually render these videos as well. So, this is a big part of my hobbies and my interests, and that's why it's really important for me to have a powerful machine. Alright everybody, well that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this insightful somewhat, and you know, you can use some of these tips and techniques and utilize your devices better as well. And if you were considering maybe buying the S22 Ultra or the Tab S7 Plus or even a PC, then maybe this has helped you decide a bit better. Now I will say, you know, this is the final note of the video, that everyone is different. Your work life is very different to mine probably. So it all comes down to what fits best into your lifestyle, and that's different for everyone. So I know many people who could make this video on the Apple device ecosystem. For me, that's completely off the charts and not happening. So for me, you know, it's all about Windows, Android, Samsung, but there's many other you know, ecosystems out there which are just as successful. So it really comes down to you as an individual, and I'd love to know, you know, what devices do you guys use and how do you utilize them in your day-to-day life? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.